Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
So I was reading about ultrasound the other day, and there's this thing called axial resolution that it blew my mind. You know anything about that?
Oh, yeah, that stuff's wild. It's basically how well the machine can tell two things apart when they're at different depths?
Right, right. But there's this whole spatial pulse length thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around. What even is that?
So imagine the ultrasound pulse is it's like a little train of waves traveling through your body. The spatial pulse length is just how long that train is physically.
Wait, so it's not about time, it's about actual distance.
Exactly. And here's the crazy part. If two tissue boundaries are closer together than half that pulse length, the machine it can't see them as separate things.
Wait, half? Why half, though? That seems random.
Think about it like this. The pulse goes down, hits the first boundary, starts bouncing back. But the pulse is still traveling forward and hits the second boundary too. If they're too close, those echoes they merge together.
Oh, so it's like trying to hear two claps that happen too close together. You just hear one sound.
Yes, that's perfect. The machine is basically listening for these echo claps, and if they're too close in time, it thinks it's just one thing.
So the shorter you can make that pulse length, the better you can see things that are close together.
And that's where it gets interesting. The pulse length depends on two main things: how many cycles are in the pulse and the wavelengths of each cycle.
Okay, so fewer cycles means shorter pulse?
Right, and this is where damping comes in. You know how when you hit a cymbal, it rings for a while?
Yeah.
Well, if you put your hand on it, it stops ringing faster. Damping does the same thing to the crystal in the ultrasound probe.
Wait, so they're literally stopping the crystal from ringing too long?
Exactly. More damping means fewer cycles, which means shorter pulses, which means better resolution. It's like you're controlling how long the crystal vibrates.
That's actually genius. What about the wavelength part?
So, higher frequency waves have shorter wavelengths. And since pulse length is cycles times wavelength, shorter wavelengths give you shorter pulses.
Okay, so how do you get higher frequencies, though?
This is cool. Thinner crystals vibrate faster. It's like guitar strings? Thinner strings make higher pitches.
No way! So the thickness of the crystal determines the frequency?
Yeah, the crystal thickness is about half the wavelength it produces. Thinner crystal, higher frequency, shorter wavelength.
Dude, that's insane. But wait, I'm guessing there's a trade-off here.
Hmm. Yeah, unfortunately. Higher frequencies get absorbed faster by tissue, so you can see fine details up close, but you can't penetrate as deep.
Ah, so it's like you can have really good close-up vision or okay distance vision, but not both.
Pretty much. But here's something cool. The resolution itself doesn't change with depth. Even if the signal gets weaker as it goes deeper, the pulse length stays the same.
Wait, really? So even way down deep, if there's enough signal, it can still see the same level of detail.
Exactly. The pulse doesn't get longer as it travels. It just gets weaker, so the resolution stays constant.
That's actually really elegant. So when the pulse hits something and bounces back, how does the machine know where it came from?
It's all about timing. The machine knows exactly when it sent out the pulse, so when the echo comes back, it can calculate how far it traveled based on how long it took.
And if two echoes come back at almost the same time,
They blur together. The machine can't tell them apart, so instead of two separate bright spots on the screen, you just get one.
oh. This is making me think about digital cameras and pixel resolution. Like, smaller pixels can capture finer details.
That's actually a great analogy, except here we're talking about time resolution instead of spatial pixels.
Right, right. So the machine is essentially taking a bunch of time measurements and converting them into a depth map.
And the strength of each echo determines how bright that spot appears on the screen.
This is wild. So all those ultrasound images are basically just timing measurements.
At their core, yeah, timing and echo strength. That's it.
Are there limits to how short you can make these pulses? Like, what stops you from just making them infinitely short?
Well, you can't really have less than one wave cycle, and if you damp too much, the signal becomes too weak. Plus, the higher frequency thing we talked about, you lose penetration.
So it's all about finding the sweet spot.
Exactly. It's like tuning an instrument. You're balancing all these different factors to get the best image quality for what you're trying to see.
This is just the depth resolution, too, right? There's also side-to-side resolution?
Yeah, that's lateral resolution. And there's also elevational resolution for the thickness of the beam, but axial's kind of the foundation. You got to get the depth stuff right first.
Wow, this has been fascinating. Thanks for breaking it down.
Yeah, this was fun talking about it.
All right, catch you later.